All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Charles Alexander, and welcome to my channel, Nitwitpoker. So I'm just going to give you a little background about myself. For me, there were a few moments that led me to playing and loving poker. My early 20s, my roommates from Tyler, Texas, had a steady game going. We usually played several types or forms of poker and other games as well. During that time, I was introduced to a movie called Rounders. That movie intrigued me and really kind of sucked me in and piqued my interest into Hold'em. I started playing Hold'em through an online site called Party Poker back in 2001 and really started learning basic fundamentals about the game Texas Hold'em. Now, fast forward to about 2003, I'm at my grandmother's that summer visiting her, and I remember watching Chris Moneymaker and his phenomenon play out. He entered a $40 online tournament, won a seat to the main event, which was worth $10,000, and then proceeded to win the entire thing, which he accumulated over $2.5 million. And to me, he looked just like a regular guy, and I was like, man, if he can do it, I can do it too. As a young 23-year-old, that was really enticing. So I continued to play online occasional house games at the casinos every once in a while when I could. I had little success, but nothing too consistent for a while. Back in 2011, I moved to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Noted there was a plethora of casinos and several that had Texas Hold'em rooms or tables. From there, my game really started taking off and progressing. But I really didn't have much money back then. So I either played Limit Hold'em or I played No Limit, but with a very short starting stack. At that time, I met my beautiful, lovely, amazing wife, and we moved to Kenai, Alaska in about 2015. During this time, I actually found a really good game. It was a 1-2 no limit game that played more like a 2-5 or 5-10 at times. I learned more from that game than I had in previous years combined. So towards the end of my stay in Alaska, I actually started watching YouTube poker vlogs and learned more about poker and how it was being played today, using GTO strategy and range philosophy. Back in 2019, we had the opportunity to move back to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I continued playing and started building a little bit more of a bankroll. October 4th of 2021, I played in the World Series of Poker. It was the $600 no limit deep stack. Still to this day, it was by far my greatest poker experience. I got really lucky to sit at probably the best table, definitely probably the funnest table. It had actor James Woods, who got the table very loose and lively as far as the conversations went. The table also had 2016 WSOP main event champion Qui Wen, who I actually bluffed a few times not knowing who he was. Also, the table had a very popular poker vlogger at the time, Ashley Sleeth, even though she hadn't started vlogging. In fact, she would use footage from that table in one of her very first vlogs. I didn't feel nervous or didn't feel overmatched. I actually felt like I belonged there. It was really, really serene, and I really felt like this is where I was meant to be. On a side note, my wife made a little Oreo card protector. If you've seen the movie Rounders, you know what I'm talking about. Both Ashley and James said it was one of the coolest things they've seen as far as a card protector went. Ashley even said that Katie should open up a booth and sell them at the WSOP. And ironically, it's now one of the main talking points at any table I sit at. Well, I get knocked out at the dinner break or right before the dinner break and right before the bubble. My opponent had kings. I had ace king, all in pre-flop, very, very standard. But from that point, I knew I really wanted to kind of start doing a poker vlog. So I've been slowly putting together concepts and just figuring out how I can make this work or when I can get it going. Well, the last year's been really, really crazy and busy for me, and things just kind of kept coming up. So I'm kind of been delaying it. Tuesday, September 27th of this year, I actually entered a local tournament at the Harris Casino here in New Orleans. This tournament was part of an event called Poker Draw, and it was put on by some guys through Gulf Coast GulfCoastPoker.net. The event was the Mystery Bounty event, which I actually won. So I thought this would be a great time to just go ahead and plunge and put content out when I can and get this ball rolling. Now about the channel, I have two kind of main goals for the content I want to put out. One, I want to take you on my poker journey and to showcase the Mississippi Gulf Coast poker community. I'm not a pro. I don't claim to be one. I do understand both the old way and new way of playing, having kind of a hybrid and unorthodox style for myself. Now, during these games or cash games, I'm just going to be playing with one bullet, which typically isn't done through cash, and will only play probably just a few hours a session. But the second goal I have is I want to show people who aren't from this area why I love the Mississippi Gulf Coast so much, and kind of want to promote it as a mini, maybe cheaper version of Vegas, and just show all the coast that has to offer to people that aren't from this area. So after every poker session, I'm going to try to go down to a local business, for example, maybe a restaurant or bar, and just kind of show what they have to offer. It makes them very special or unique to the Gulf Coast. I'm thinking about using a hashtag like hashtag Gulf Coast Mini Vegas or something to that effect. In fact, if you guys could help me out, please comment below and see if maybe there's a better hashtag that maybe would flow better or just sound better. Also, if any of you guys work for a local business or own a local business on the Gulf Coast here in Mississippi, please email me at nitwitpoker@gmail.com. I'm going to put that down below for you guys just in case. And then also please like, comment, subscribe if you all haven't already. I look forward to seeing all of you guys on my very first vlog. Bye for now.